Castroneves just won his 4th Indianapolis 500. It happened about 5 minutes ago. The atmosphere here is still electric. This is my first Indy 500, my second IndyCar race. My first one, right, was like the streets of St. Petersburg at the end of last year. I saw Scott Dixon win his 6th title. Now I just saw more history with Helio get his 4th one. Him and Alex Palau swapping lap after lap. You knew every time there was a pass, it wasn't necessarily for the win, but it could have been. And, there were people in the crowd cheering when Palau took a lead. There were people cheering when Helio took a lead. I think everyone was cheering when Helio took a lead at the end. And then they go on all that like traffic. Someone kicked some dust up there. One of the lap cars kicked some dust up there over in turn 3, and I thought, oh crap, this is going to get really ugly on the final lap. Who knows who's going to win? I'm really glad it didn't come down to a fuel mileage race. We only had 2 cautions, and whenever you have a race where there's not a lot of wrecks, there seems to be a tendency that comes down to strategy. There were a few people who got burned in strategy, but there was still a good race without worrying about that. Helio and Alex were up front for a lot of the race. They were fighting for the win. I'm glad to see him pull that off. As for my first time in the Indy 500 experience, I know it's not a 100% full capacity crowd because of COVID, but it was still an awesome crowd. They have a museum over there, right? Everyone knows about the Indy Museum. I didn't realise a general admission ticket is still cheering for him. It's a great view here, by the way. I can see the TV the whole race. So yeah, I wasn't sure if this grandstand seat would get me in the infield to go to the Pagoda Plaza and to go to the museum, but it did. $15 ticket for the museum, but it's good for the day. It's a small museum, but got a lot of cool stuff in it. Obviously, not a whole lot going on at the Pagoda because of COVID, understandable. Got to meet some people. And stood up here for 200 laps. Got a bit of sunburn. It's nice being able to see TV there. I can see all the way to turn 2. So I'm about 25 rows up. I can see all the way to turn 2 there. When Graham Rahal lost his wheel and crashed, I was able to see the crash. I wasn't able to tell it was him, but I could tell that someone had dumped it in turn 2 and wrecked. And I can see all the way over there to turn 4. But the TV obviously is a nice view as well. And special treat, I put this somewhere in this video, probably put at the start of the video. You can go right up towards the fence line and watch the cars blow by you at 220 miles an hour. The Indy 500 is fantastic because you don't have to have the greatest race on earth in order for it to be a fantastic race. You don't have to have a lead change every lap or a crash every lap. It's just the speed and the thrill that really gets you. But you know what? That was a great race and the Indy 500, so that makes it all the better.